How's it going, everyone? This is Jose Trujillo coming to you from the automobile, not from the art studio. I've been doing quite a few of these ones just because I can compress them in my schedule. So guys, the importance of taking every opportunity. I made a video about saying yes. Go check that one out after this one. But you have to say yes to things, right? That's the whole idea behind that. Here's another thing. The opportunities, okay? You have to be able to take every opportunity available to you. Here's where the twist is between saying yes and the opportunity. Many times we get jobs thrown our way as artists, and it's almost like if it doesn't align directly with our vision, our statement, our idea of who you are as an artist, what you do, how, blah, 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 we tend to say no to them. This happened to me a lot, where people, I mean, if you don't know how to do something, that's fine. But if you know how to do something, you just say no because you want to be known as a portrait artist and you don't want to be doing landscapes. Someone says, you know, can you paint my ranch? I've had that happen to me. Can you paint my ranch based out of some photographs that I have and blah, blah. And I remember saying no to these things. And it's so stupid. I look back now and I'm like, so stupid because those things not only are opportunities for me to start learning how to say yes to things, but it's also an opportunity to get some dough, okay? Maybe it's not a lot of money when you're starting out, but get some dough in order to fund your materials. Materials are so important because you want to be able to create artwork constantly, so that you really work on your skills and make yourself stronger. Because one thing is to know how to create artwork, guys. I always say this. One thing is to know how to create artwork. Another thing is to create artwork for a living. When you create artwork for a living, it's a whole other game. It's the big boys club, okay? It's a whole other game. Because not only do you have to spend so much more in art supplies, the time that you have to be in the studio, it's so much more. It's usually, it depends from artist to artist, but anyone batting away, anyone playing the game, like really playing the game, is spending at least anywhere between 9 to 12 hours a day doing artwork, marketing the artwork, maybe half of it doing it, maybe the other half marketing. I don't know. It works different for, I've met different artists who it works different, but they're always putting a lot of time, a lot of effort. So anyways, let me jump away from that rant. So you want to take every opportunity, you know. I used to create portraits, right? And I only looked for portraits. Big mistake. Why? Because in the beginning you want to go horizontal. Yes, I have a vertical idea of myself, right? It's a vertical idea. I want to be an impressionist, you know, semi blah 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 abstract portrait artist. And this is the idea of what my work is going to look like, how I want people to see my work and brand and blah blah blah. But then I'm missing out on all of the horizontal opportunities, right? That are not niche, is what I'm trying to say. They're not in my niche. So what does that do for you? Well, to start out with, you have an idea of yourself, and you're neglecting all of the other opportunities that might come your way. You know, you have an idea of yourself, and you're telling yourself, you know what, this is if it doesn't come this way, if it doesn't come to me this way, I don't want it. Big mistake, huge mistake for anyone in general, for anyone in business. And don't get it wrong. Don't kid yourself. When you are creating artwork for a living, you are in business. You open the doors to business. So you have to learn how to manage that and how to accept opportunity until you get to a place where you don't have to. Or, you know, there's so many blocks that we put, you know, in the road. Not only blocks that are on the road already, but there's so many that we put ourselves. You know, so many curbs. We throw ourselves curbs, not life. We do that to ourselves. we work under such constraints and limitations, and then we wonder why things don't work for us. Is because we don't get the ball rolling. In the beginning, you want to get the ball rolling. You know, people ask me to do the strangest paintings for them, things you wouldn't even think about. You're like, wait a minute, yeah, because it's about them. It's not about you. In the beginning, it's always about them. But in the beginning, that is very pronounced. That it's about them. They want you to paint their cat. They want you to paint the swing that they had when they were children, and they cherish it, and they'll pay $1,000 or $2,000 or whatever. They're gonna pay for that because it means a lot to them. And even if you paint like this really awesome thing and you want to shove it down their throat, they don't want it. They're looking for an artist. They love your stuff, but they want you to paint something that is meaningful to them. In the beginning, that is very pronounced, until you get to a point where they're like, oh man, I just want whatever you do because you have become a brand. I want whatever you have. It's higher grounds, and you don't start there. Usually you don't start there. Sometimes that happens, but when you're consistently creating artwork and selling artwork, it doesn't start there. That's not my experience. That's not the experience of every artist that I know that makes a living creating artwork. We all understand that in the beginning, it's always about them. Don't ever forget this. It's always about your collector. It always is about your collector because you're in business. But in the beginning, it's very pronounced, and you get to a point where it looks like it's about you, but it's still about them. I mean, come on, don't kid yourself. It's still business, but it looks like it's about you now at some point. So that's nothing. It's not to say that there's anything wrong with that. It's just how business is. You know, there's nothing wrong with that. Someone wants a painting. They want it a certain size. They want certain colors. They love your style, but they want a certain frame. So it's always about the collector. In it, however you want to put it, it has to be about the collector because the collector is the one paying for it. So I'll leave you with that. The name is Jose Trujillo. I hope you guys enjoy this long rant. Take care. Till next time.